Dirk. Where's my chapstick? I need chapstick. Hi everyone, I'm April and you're watching the Tangled Cat Speaks. It's a little bit later in the evening because I was waiting all day for my allergies to stop messing around with me. I love Mother Nature. Mother Nature seems to have something against me because I don't know if you could tell, but this eye is crazy red. And I was trying all day, took my medicine, was waiting all day to see if it would go away, and it just doesn't want to. It finally stopped watering, thank goodness, but it looks terrible. Let me see if you can look at that. Oh, it looks awful. It looks so bad. And I don't want you all to think that I'm running around with pink eye or something. I'm not contagious. Just to be on the safe side, don't touch your screen. Just kidding. No, it's allergies. It happens every now and then, and it's always this eye. I don't know what it is. But every now and then, it just flares up, and no bueno. No bueno. So, I don't know if you've noticed, but look what I'm wearing. This is my Thrive shawl. The pattern was by Josh Reichs-Rabinski, and it's evening, so my lighting is bad, but this is not black. This is a beautiful tonal navy. Kind of looks black or charcoal in here, but it's really not. And I might insert a photo of it drying outside because I didn't lay this out on the blocking mats because we have the air conditioner on. And it's super hot outside, so we've made it super cold inside, and it's kind of damp. So I didn't want to lay it out on the blocking mats because I really wanted to show you all. I literally finished it this morning. And as a matter of fact, I just now tucked in all the ends like 5 minutes ago. But anyway, I didn't want to lay it on the blocking mats because I really wanted it to dry quickly. So I went ahead and took it outside where it was crazy hot in the sun. And I just kind of stretched it over a couple of chairs that I have out there. I'm not kidding, it's so hot outside. It dried in like 30 minutes. And this was a full, it soaked for a good 30 minutes before. So it was crazy wet and it dried within 30 minutes. So crazy hot outside. But I'm wearing it and I love it. Oh yeah, oh yeah. And it's big. I probably, because I let gravity do everything, it's probably a little bit more open than what was intended, but I love it. I love me a big, giant shawl. Look how pretty. Thank you, Josh Reichs-Rabinski. I love it. And the colors again are 3 Irish girls. You've got the brown, which is called Driftwood. The pink variegated. Oh, it's so beautiful. That's called Wendy Darling. And then the navy is called Midnight. Oh my God, it's so pretty. And also because I didn't pin it out on the blocking mats, I didn't exaggerate these points here. So if I were gonna block it again, I would definitely pull out these points the way that he did in his photos. But look at the waves. All of those waves down on the bottom with the blue and the pinks was all short rows, and I had the best time. It was so fun. I just was like, I want to do another one. I just want to do another one, and I couldn't put it down. The short rows were the best part. I had so much fun. Other than that one little hiccup that I was having, and then he ended up putting up a correction on it. This whole thing was just a blast to make, and I wish that I'd gotten it done sooner, but I do gotta work. And that was cutting into my knitting time. But I love it. I love it so much. It's a little too warm to be wearing it right now, but I don't care because it's so pretty. I love it. Excuse me. So I'm gonna go ahead and have that on. So as soon as I finished that, I decided to work a little bit on the cardigan that I've been working on called Softness, and I really didn't get very much done on it. The last time I was about here where this marker is, and I've done this, and I haven't really done a whole lot because I literally monogamously knit on this one. I wanted this done so bad. So I didn't really do a whole lot on this one today. And my socks were the other thing that I was knitting. Oh, I didn't tell you that. I forgot to tell you. I know I've mentioned it before, but I'm starting right now. This is the Pandia's Jewels Snug Base, and this is Tiny Dancer. Oh, I love it. And it's just speckly enough to show up in the lace, but it doesn't really distract from anything. So far so good. I'm really enjoying making this, but I really haven't had a lot of time to work on it just yet. And then I also, because I was totally knitting on this thing here, I didn't really get a whole lot done on my socks. The last time I was down here, I just gotten through the stripes and I was starting the lace. And it's funny, the last time that I worked with this yarn, this is the Eyes Bright, Chins Up, Smiles On. That's the name of the colorway for this Nerd Girl yarn. And I believe I had told you that I had wound this up before and tried something else with it. It was another pair of socks. The stitch count was different, and I think the needle size was different. And at that time, it was just kind of like very much just a variegated, the way the colors just kind of fell on that sock. But this time, it's turning out very different, and it's actually striping up. So it's just crazy to me how the same yarn can do different things with just changing the numbers and changing the needle count, the gauge. But I'm loving it. I've got 2 repeats of the lace done. I got just 1 more to do, and then I will start with the heel. So that's exciting. I got that done, but it's, like I said, it was slow going because I literally, every free minute I had, and I don't have a lot of them, I was working on this shawl. So I did a little bit on my socks, itty bitty tiny bit on my cardigan. So I don't really have much more than that to show you. And then of course I got a thought in my head, and kind of it took over me yesterday. I don't know if you saw it on my Instagram, but I posted a picture of myself swatching in the round because I wanted a cowl idea to come out from my head and come onto this paper. So I started writing some stuff down, and it's written in pen right now. But when I was doing it, it was all pencil because I kept erasing and trying different things. And I had that mark because I'm a lefty. So I had that mark right here from, you know, sliding over the paper, and pencil mark all over my pinky. But anyway, so I was working on that because I had this yarn in my head, and I've showed this to you before. This was the one that was the solid, it was a tweed yarn, all pumpkin orange, and I dyed it in some burgundy food coloring to give it a sort of a gradient effect. And I don't know why this color popped into my head. It has been sitting on top of my shelf, like very prominently in view. So that's probably why it was in my head, because I could see it. But I love the color so much, and I don't know what I was doing. Actually, I do know what I was doing, and it's kind of a silly story. I'm kind of embarrassed to say it, but I don't drink alcohol. I haven't for years, but every now and then, and I blame Agatha Christie for this. She writes, one of her biggest characters is Miss Marple, and every now and then Miss Marple has a sherry. In the evening, she just has a little glass of sherry, and I started looking at, you know, sometimes I look up different liqueurs, and it kind of snowballs from there. I end up thinking, oh, well, what would I drink that out of? And I start thinking different kinds of liqueurs, like limoncello or amaretto, or just different kinds of liqueurs and what I would drink them in. And one day I got on this site about cordial glasses, and I saw some really pretty cut crystal cordial glasses, you know, so big, and it kind of looks like a tiny wine glass. Just some of them are very pretty, some of them are very plain. So I just remembered thinking about this yarn. The color kind of makes me think of, like, brandy is what came into my head. So I was thinking I wanted to design a cowl using this yarn, and have some sort of detail on it that makes me think of the design on a cut crystal shot glass or something like that. Or I don't know, I don't think you don't drink brandy out of a shot glass. I think you drink it out of like a tumbler. Like, my words are not here, but anyway, the little glass. And I remember seeing a picture a while back that had some really pretty diamond shapes cut into the crystal, and it was just really, really pretty. So that's been in my head, and I was kind of looking through Barbara G. Walker's the first and second treasuries to see if I could find something similar, and I kind of found a couple of things, but not exactly. So I was kind of playing with those and modifying those to see if I could come up with exactly what I wanted. Mostly because the patterns I was looking at were all over patterns, and I just wanted just a little detail. I wanted most of my cowl to be stockinette, so I was playing with it. It took over literally all day long. It just took over my life yesterday, and I was playing with it. But now I think I've got it, and I got my 16-inch circulars. My cat is dragging my yarn away. I don't even hear my cardigan. The DPN's just dragging across the floor because this is stuck to her foot. Cats. I love her though. Anyway, she got me all distracted. This cat's so funny. So I got my 16-inch circulars to do my cowl on. I had to dig and dig for these. I don't know why they were so hidden, but it took me forever to find them. And then I got my yarn. I just got to wind it up, and I can get started casting on and see, you know, if what I wrote down is actually going to be something that'll work. So that's all I've really been doing. Not really a whole lot more to show you. I'm still reading The Hollow by Agatha Christie. I haven't really been reading anything else. I've been wanting to get the next Sarah Rain book in the Haunted House series that she was doing, but I haven't really been I haven't had a whole lot of time to read. And what I wanted to do was read the next Sarah Rain book and listen to The Hollow, but I haven't been able to find a good audio version that I like. So I do have one. A friend of mine posted a link of one, but I have a hard time with it just because there's no, like, you can't move backward and forward to find your spot, and it doesn't save your spot. It's not like it's on a like Audible or Hoopla or Overdrive or something like that, where you can play back, you can forward, pause, and, you know, get off the app and then come back on and be right where you were. And I just kind of felt like it was just too much of a pain in the butt to keep trying to, like, find myself, find where I was, and try to remember, have I heard that part before? It was just, it's not very user friendly, this little website that I was directed to. So I kind of gave up on it, and I've just been reading the actual hardcover book from the library. So I haven't gotten my fix of ghost stories lately. But so I've been reading that one, The Hollow. I haven't really done a whole lot more other reading than that. Actually, that's a lie, because while I was at the library the other day, I love Stephanie McPhee. Sorry, excuse me, I'm grabbing my books that I got from the library. I've read these before. Stephanie Pearl McPhee, excuse me. I've read these before. I just love her personality, the jokes and the anecdotes and everything in here. So it's this one's all wound up. The first one was Free Range and Knitter. Sorry about the glare. I've read these years and years ago, but I was in the library for whatever reason, and I wandered over to the nonfiction, and I decided I was going to pick these up again. So I kind of been looking at them a little bit, but not really reading. Like, I would open to a page and read a little bit and then close it. But that's all I've really been doing right now as far as reading goes. I found a couple of other podcasts that I've been watching. One of them is Fiber Tales. Oh, I think I'm getting that wrong. Fiber Tales? I've been for a little while now watching Color Creativity by Kralaleen. I know I'm saying that wrong. I think she's from Amsterdam. I love her so much. She's so darn cute. And she always has her cats with her, and I love her. I love her, and I've been following her on Instagram because I love all the colors. She also dyes yarn, so I've been watching her, and I've heard of it, but I hadn't watched it yet. Where Have I Been? Because I love this one, Round Rabbit. She's hilarious. I love her. I just found that one. And there's another one, the Gentle Knitter podcast. I like that one too. So I just started watching those as I was marathoning this shawl. I started kind of watching those a little bit here and there. I'm about halfway through the Stitched in Sweden, and I think I'm 5 episodes away from being caught up on Hey Sister, and I'm pretty sure the Mean Girls Knits podcast is supposed to be putting one up real soon here, according to their Instagram. So I'm very excited about that one. What else have I been watching? I've been watching so many lately that they're kind of all running through my head. I'm totally caught up now with Tales of Yarnia. Is that what it's called? Fiber Tales and Tales of Yarnia, and I keep wanting to get those mixed up in my head. Yeah, I think I'm caught up so far. In a Pickle Knitting, I'm waiting for her to do another one. Hers, I love her so much. So I've just been watching a lot. Oh, it's Snappy Stitches. Gosh, I'm still way far behind on that, I think. I started it was 5 years ago. Now I'm up to 4 years ago. I'm still way behind, but hers are rather short. So I can watch several of hers in a row and get quite a few of them watched. So I've been doing that a lot. I haven't watched a whole lot of TV. I'm still waiting for season 3 of Rain to come in to be available at the library. Somebody is keeping that thing. Somebody needs to hurry up and turn that in. I just started another series. My mom was cracking up on it. It's set in Australia, and I'm kind of bummed because I think there's only the 1 season. I don't know why. I like it. It should have stayed. It should have made more seasons. I think it just really messed up my hair. It looks poofy now. It's called Mr. and Mrs. Murder, and it's set in Australia, which I've never watched an Australian TV show before, so it's kind of fun. And it's amateur sleuth thing. Go figure. It's what I always am into. But it's a little bit comedy. It's funny. They're like the professional cleaners that go in and clean up these murder crime scenes, and of course they end up getting involved with solving the crime. So it's really cute. My mom was cracking up. She was just enjoying the heck out of it. So that's fun. I'm glad she's liking it, so she can watch it with me and not, oh my gosh, we're watching this again. So it was really fun enjoying that with her. So I really wish there was more seasons of that one, but it looks like maybe they're gonna come out with more, because I know it seems like lately it takes forever for new seasons of shows to come out, and I'm getting gray hair waiting for the next season. But we were enjoying that tonight, so we just started that. We watched the first disc. That's really all about I've been doing. Not a whole lot lately. I did get something though, and I finally, did I say it? Finally was able to get a Mrs. Brown's bag. I have been trying. Every time I get on there, I'm like, there's nothing there. So when I got on there, I keep hoping to get a B-splat. I haven't found one. But that's okay. Because when I was on there, there really wasn't a whole lot on her site the day that I was there, on her Etsy. But the one I found was like a kit. So it ended up, I ordered this, the Born to Be Wild, Born to Knit. Hello, April. Cute bag. I love it. It says Mrs. Brown's bags on it. I have finally dipped my toe into the Mrs. Brown's bag pool. Woo! So got it. So it was a kit, and it came with this yarn, and I have never, ever tried this yarn, but they talk about it all the time. Yarn ink. Oh, look at the color. It's so pretty, and it's called, what is it called? Oh, it's called Pinup. Yeah, there it goes. It's on their Tough Sock 2-ply, 400 yards for 100 grams. It's an 80/20 superwash merino nylon. Yay! This was not what I was going for. I was not looking for yarn, just so you know. I was looking for a Mrs. Brown's bag. Mrs. Brown's Bags bag. So I got one. It just so happened to come with yarn. So that is not my fault. You can just blame Miss Jody. It's all her fault. Blaming her. Not complaining. Just blaming. So yeah, that's what I got. Super excited. I don't have any plans for this yarn because I wasn't expecting to buy it. But I'm sure I will find something. Maybe some socks. I think some socks would look really cool because I like the contrast color that it came with, that purpley lavendery color. But that's really been all I've been doing. So I think I am going to go ahead and cut it off a little bit early tonight. I do have to go to work. I've been mentioning how shorthanded we've been and how it's difficult to keep operators in a 911 center just because our turnover is always in every agency across the country, probably all worldwide, but 911 centers, their turnover rate for employees is very high because a lot of people just find that this ends up not being for them, or people want it to be for them, and it just doesn't. It just is. It takes a certain kind of person to just be able to take what we take, to do what we do. It's not for everybody. It really isn't, and it's just difficult, and you don't really know until you put both feet in and try. So we've got a lot of trainees coming in now. We've got, I think, 7 coming in, and there's not very many trainers. So we're going to be having trainees back to back to back to back to back. And normally on downtime in between, you know, things happening, there's just every once in a while there's a little bit of time to sit and relax and talk to your coworkers and, you know, take a breather. I've got fuzz on my lip. But with trainees, there's really no time to do that because all your focus is on instructing, and it's hands-on. It's all hands-on, so you're constantly watching your trainee and guiding and everything. So there's almost no downtime when you're training, because even when there aren't incoming calls, you're going over books, you're going over scenarios, what if kind of situations, and it's very exhausting. So that on top of we're still short, so I've still got tons of overtime to do, and I'm not complaining. I really am not. This is the life that I've chosen. It's the career that I've decided to make for myself. And, you know, 24 years in, I'm not complaining. I'm explaining why I don't have so much time to knit as I would like, you know, because I'm just tired. And it's a good tired, you know, you feel productive, but still, I'd rather knit. So that's all I've really got for you right now. My mom is in the living room watching Family Feud, and I think I'm going to go join her with that because she's a riot when she watches those shows. She cracks me up. She's always got a comment for something hilarious. So I think I'm going to go join her and finish watching Family Feud, and I hope that you all enjoy the rest of your week. I hope that you've had a wonderful weekend. And thank you again for joining me. I really do appreciate that you all come back and continue to watch me ramble on about nonsense and stuff. I really appreciate spending some time with you, and I'm glad that you've chosen to spend your time with me. So thank you, and I will see you all next week. Bye-bye. I'm dancing on my own. Why can't you see me? Watching you kiss her. I don't think that's the words.